Hey, what's up, you guys? My name's Tyler Rugge. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we have the video that you guys have all been waiting for. I have finally gotten a hamster. I know you guys have been really hyped since I've been making some hamster content recently of me setting up and getting ready to get a hamster. So I finally got a hamster. So I wanted to kind of talk about my process as far as choosing a hamster because, as you guys know, I wasn't really aware what kind of hamster I wanted to end up getting. And there's a lot of different routes you can kind of take as far as where you get a hamster from. And so many people were like begging me to rescue a hamster because there are quite a few hamsters usually in rescues. So naturally, the very first thing I wanted to do was go and try to find a rescue that had hamsters, and it didn't go very well for me. So I just wanted to talk about that for a second before getting into what I actually ended up choosing to do. Because, you know, a lot of people tend to just go to like PetSmart or Petco to get their hamsters. And I personally didn't want to get a hamster from a chain pet store just because I don't really know where those hamsters came from or if they were like responsibly bred. And 9 times out of 10, chain pet stores aren't getting their animals from places that breed things ethically. So I just didn't want to like go down that route. And I also didn't really want to even go to like a local pet store or a responsible breeder or anything to get a hamster, just because I know that there are so many different hamsters that need homes pretty much. So I wanted to find a hamster that was either in a rescue or someone trying to rehome a hamster, just because there's so many out there. Again, the very first thing I wanted to do was try to find a rescue that had a hamster. So naturally, I went on Pet Finder and I looked for hamsters in my area in rescues, and there was only one rescue in my vicinity that had hamsters. However, they would not let me adopt a hamster from them, and this is why. They said right on their listings that they were not going to adopt out to anyone that have dogs, cats, children, other animals, or snakes. So luckily I don't have cats or children. However, I do have dogs, I do have other animals, and I do have snakes. So that kind of ruled it out for me. I feel like if I had just a dog or maybe just a snake, maybe it would have been different, but I didn't even want to try because I have a dog, I have multiple snakes, I have a lot of other animals, so I just didn't want to waste anyone's time. And it's unfortunate that they, you know, are that picky. I feel like it's kind of ridiculous. I kind of get that they want to be very cautious with who they give the hamsters out to because there's so many people who aren't really responsible pet owners, and maybe someone could have an aggressive dog, or even like saying you don't want a home with a cat is understandable to me. It's mostly like, why can't I have a hamster if I have snakes, you know? Obviously, I'm not cohabbing them. It shouldn't be an issue. I just decided to look elsewhere to make the process a little easier. I didn't want to have to like fight anyone to get a hamster. So next place I looked was Craigslist. Craigslist is the place where pets go to get rehomed. So I decided to just go see if anyone on Craigslist needed to rehome their hamster. So I found a hamster and I fell in love with her the moment that I saw her. Her name used to be Daisy. I actually renamed her, and I'm going to kind of get into that in a second. The reason I renamed her, however, was just because my old dog's name was Daisy, so I didn't really want to have the same name for my hamster. The girl I got this hamster from actually said that she watches my videos, so hello if you're watching this. And she basically just said that she kind of realized that her home wasn't the best for her hamster. I think she said she had a dog that was really loud, and she just thinks it was kind of stressful for the hamster, and the hamster wasn't really super comfortable with being handled, and it was just pretty stressed out in its current situation, so she wanted to find a good home. So I ended up getting this hamster that was being rehomed on Craigslist, and I'm gonna show her to you guys, and I'm so excited. Do you guys want to see her? Let's go check her out. So this is the hamster, and I named her Mochi just because I thought it was like the cutest name ever for a hamster. Momo, my hedgehog, is named Momo after the word peach in Japanese. So I thought, why not just give more Japanese food names to my pets. Wow, I love that. I'm so original. So her name is Mochi, and she is a dwarf hamster. She looks like a winter white hamster. I'm pretty sure she's like a hybrid though. And she pooped on me. Thank you, Mochi. You're so generous. So she is like a little bit like she's always on the move. She doesn't bite me though, really. Sometimes she kind of just playfully nibbles. But for the most part, she's pretty okay with being handled. And she's like just so fun and cute. Just look at her. Aw, Mochi. Hi. Aw. I just don't get why I went so long without getting a hamster. Like, I took a 4-year hamster hiatus, and I just love Mochi, like, amazing. So when I got Mochi, she came with her cage, and she was kept in a small hamster cage. And I obviously was like, you know what, Mochi, you deserve a freaking upgrade. As you guys know, if you saw my video setting up a hamster cage, I set up a 40-gallon breeder tank for the hamster I was gonna get, which ended up being Mochi. Mochi is the lucky one who gets to move from her little hamster cage to a, 40-gallon breeder. So this is the hamster cage that Mochi came with. This cage is, in my opinion, way too small for any hamster. It's basically just your generic hamster cage, though. This is what the pet store sells you when they sell a hamster. And that's one of the reasons why I say frick getting a hamster from the pet store, because they encourage really improper care for hamsters, and it's really sad. So that's the cage that Mochi came with. Here's just kind of an overview of the cage. I made some changes you might notice. So I'll start with over here. I actually got a new water bottle. I just wanted to get a different one. And then I just Velcroed it to the side of the tank with industrial strength Velcro. It works a little bit better than the command strips, and it's easier to take on and off. So I like the Velcro better. And then underneath it, I put this little rock thing, which some people suggested for making it so the bottle, if it drips at all, it's not going to drip into the bedding. And also, it'll help trim the hamster's nails down a little bit when they walk onto the stone to get some water. So yeah, I added just that little like stone slab right there. So if you guys remember, I had this cabbage bowl that I thought was going to be too big to use as a food bowl. So I decided to turn it into a sand bath instead. So that's what that is. I'm using play sand as the sand for the sand bath, and I did sterilize it beforehand. Over here, I have the food bowl. I just used that marble dish that I got from Home Goods, and that's where the food is. And other than that, everything's basically the same. We have the little tunnel, some hides and stuff over there, and the bendy bridge, the cardboard. And I also added some little toilet paper tubes. There's one there. I think there's one right there. It's kind of buried. And I think there's actually another one somewhere, but it probably got buried. And she seems to really, really like them. So I'm glad I added those. And yeah, that's basically it for now. She likes to she has a little burrow that's right under the wheel in that corner that she likes to go in. And if you guys have any other suggestions on things I could add, let me know. I still am open to adding stuff and changing stuff around. So yeah, that's what my hamster cage is looking like right now, and Mochi seems to really like it. She has been loving it though. She's pooping all over me, and she's just been loving her new tank. She runs around it, she burrows, she loves her wheel. As you guys know, if you saw my previous hamster videos, just go watch them at this point if you haven't already. But I got a Carolina Storm Express wheel, and it's pretty big, and I was worried if I got a dwarf hamster, they wouldn't be able to run on it because of how big it is. But Mochi runs on this wheel, like, it's no problem at all. Like, she just runs on it, and it looks ridiculous because the wheel's big, but it's really light, so she runs on it no issue, and it just looks really adorable. She's just the most adorable little creature on this planet. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed meeting Mochi. If I encourage anyone to get a hamster, I do highly encourage you to just check local shelters, see if you can possibly rescue a hamster. Hopefully your local shelters are a little bit more lenient than mine are. And if not, definitely go on things like Craigslist and see if you can just find hamsters that are looking for new homes, because I promise you, you'll find one probably that needs a good home. And if not, definitely by all means find a local pet store or just someone that you trust that breeds healthy hamsters responsibly. But definitely if you can find a good hamster that is being rehomed or is in a rescue that you think would be a good fit for you, then that's, I feel like, the most ideal situation. But definitely I would avoid going to places like PetSmart and Petco to get hamsters. I really just want people to stop buying hamsters from those places, because I don't want those places to sell hamsters or pets in general anymore. The only exception to that, of course, being local shelters that often adopt out through places like PetSmart and Petco. But other than that, please stop selling hamsters and birds and reptiles and every other living thing that you sell. 'Cause yeah. Anyways, I'm going to stop ranting about this now. I hope you guys enjoyed meeting little Mochi. If you did, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. I post videos every week. Check out my social media and my vlog channel. Those will be linked down in the description below. And I will see you guys in my next video. And say goodbye to little Mochi.